to the awareness of consciousness that we are, and simply sit to rest as that consciousness. In this teaching, it seems that, in addition to the recognition of I as awareness, what is called for is an investigation into the belief that I am a separate and limited entity, and that by unraveling this mother of all beliefs, we naturally come to the recognition that I am unlimited, universal consciousness. Is this a right understanding of this approach? Let's see what the next question is. If so, my question is, if I can see that the limited separate self that I think I am does not in fact exist, why does this limited I continue to have such a convincing reality? It is like a habit that does not disappear on its own by the mere recognition of seeing or seeing of it. What kind of deeper investigation is needed here? And what is it that gives this illusory I this sense of reality? First of all, there are two ways to understand I see that the separate self I think I am does not in fact exist. One is to believe that I need to see that I don't exist. And that's a little contrived. See, because if I am told you don't exist, what is my reaction? My reaction is, well, I am here. I just heard you telling me you don't exist, right? So that makes no sense. So some teachers say, there is no I, there is no doer, there is no perceiver. That doesn't make sense. Obviously, there is an I who perceives. So, this recognition that the separate self that I think I am does not in fact exist doesn't mean that myself doesn't exist. The self I know to be exists. It's just that I superimpose onto it something that doesn't exist in reality, which is the limitation, the separation. So that has to be very clearly seen. Otherwise, we are off-tracking in this spirit from the spiritual path. There is a self. There is a consciousness which is hearing these words right now. This self exists. This self has absolute existence. This self is real. What is not real, what is not proven, and for that there is no evidence that this self is limited and separate. Now, assuming that you were taking, that you properly understood the perspective of Advaita, as I just described it to you, that this apparently ordinary consciousness and apparently limited is in fact this very same consciousness, hearing my words right now, is in fact universal, unlimited. Assuming that you have seen that, if you can see that, why does this limited I continue to have such a convincing reality? The I has a convincing reality. That which doesn't have a convincing reality are the limitations. You have it's like unwrapping a gift, or something you have received from Amazon. There is first a big cardboard box. You open the cardboard box, but that's just the cardboard box. Inside there is a much nicer cardboard box, right? With nice print, which is by the manufacturer of the product. You need to open that one too. And then inside the thing that you have ordered, it's still wrapped in transparent plastic, right? So there are sheaths of that cover the truth, if you will. So what happens is that we first unwrap the first sheath, and then we believe, now I have the gift. Yeah, you have the gift. It's in your arms, but it's not unwrapped, completely unwrapped yet. So you have to keep the investigation up until you see the naked thing. And then the naked thing is self-evident, self-convincing. And then, whenever you take your eyes off it and you go back to it, you may have to unwrap it again.